All right, folks, here we go. We got a tutorial here for the College Hoops 2K8 install for the PS3 for the game files for versions 5.0 or 5.1, and also the alternate mod file setup so you can play the game on the PS3 so you don't have invisible players, or at least most teams won't have invisible players. So, first things you'll need to do, log into Discord, and you'll need to be part of the Reborn Sports Network. I will put a link to it in the description below, and then you can use it to get into it and join the Discord and be able to get these files. The first one you'll want to get is the College Hoops PS3 link. This is in the College Hoops release channel. This is the PS3 link. This is the PC link. Make sure you get the PS3 link, not the PC. Remember, this is for a PS3 setup. Click on this. It's downloading from a Google Drive. It says, of course, it says can't preview, but just click on download anyway because it's a trusted site. Take you to the next page here. Say download anyway. We'll ask you where you want to save your file. This is a user directory for the game itself with the mod files in it, like we've always had. Find where you want to save your save the files to. You could either do it to your downloads folder. You could make a folder on your desktop. I have an external hard drive that I use, so I am going to put it in my Reborn folder. I've got versions 5.1 files right here. And I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download again because it's, 4.9 gigabytes of files. So I'm not going to download it to save time. So once you find your location that you can download it, click save. Once it's done downloading, you can close the windows there. And what you'll need to do next is get the roster file, which is this one right here, PS3 rosters that have been loaded here. You can click on the file, it's a zip file. You can click on download. Again, it's going to ask you where you want to save them. You can either, like I said, you can create a folder on your desktop for all these files, drop them in there, and like mine, I have it in my external hard drive. I got PS3 rosters, version 5.1. I've already got it downloaded. You click save. Click save to download it. It drops it in there as a zip file. Next thing you want to do is get the alternate alt mod folder files, which are underneath the support, bug reports, and right here it is, the College Hoops 2K alt mod. And you'll have to scroll up a little ways in the chat here to find the files. Again, you have to download these. Takes you to the mega location. You click on save. And you don't need to worry about the access there. Again, you will need to download them to a certain location, wherever it is you decide to put them in, either again your desktop, downloads folder, or like my case, I have a folder set for Reborn. I've put them in, since this is for version 5.1, I'm going to drop them in here. So you see, I've already downloaded them. I did change the name a little bit. You can go in here and add, so it's not confusing. I just added the ALT to the file name. Doesn't hurt anything. Just drops it down in there. And I called it 5.1. I guess you can go like this. Version 5.1. Alt mod. Save it to your folder there. You can click out of this. Say, okay, yes, the mega says you got it. All right. Click out of that. Click out of the mega folder. That is all we need to do for downloading the files right now. So next we will grab our folder where we've got our Reborn files in, either the 5.1 or the rosters. You will need a USB USB jump drive, make sure it is in, make sure it's FAT32 formatted. You can check this. I've got mine here. Mine is called Drive E. You can check that by right-clicking on it. Go to Properties, and it should say USB drive FAT32. If it's not a FAT32 drive, you will need to format it so it is FAT32, so your PS3 will read it. And you're going to need some room on this one because this takes up some, at least probably, I'd say a 32 gig minimum for to move all these files. It takes a little bit of room. So what I did on my USB drive right here, I have created 5 folders on here that you will need to use on your PS3. One is I created a user backup folder. This folder will be used for copying the original game files from the PS3 to the USB as your backup in case something goes wrong. Then we just copy the College Hoops 2K alt mod files over. You'll want to create a user directory in here. I have the eBoot, but this you do not need from the original files. So I'm going to delete that. Create a user directory here. You have all the files right here, which are also over here in the files. You can just kind of, you can click on one, hold a shift, right click, copy. Over here, right click. Actually, well, let me go back over here. Right click, copy. Back over here, right click, paste, and then it'll paste them right in there. I'm not going to do that right now because, like I said, I already have it in there. You do not need the eBoot file. That's for the alt mod. You also need a games folder. This is for later on, for when we have to copy the full game file from the PS3 to the USB drive, so you can start the game off the USB drive. Create a PS3 with the subfolder Save Data. This is where you drop your roster file in. Remember, this is the roster file we copied, we downloaded right here. Extract, there we go. Okay, I missed my words there. This is a zip folder, so you have to extract it out. You go into the folder here, it creates a double one. So then you just right click, copy, come back over to your jump drive, right click, paste. And it'll paste it right in there for your save data. This is your roster. This is the roster file that was created for this version of the game, for the mod. Again, on wherever you have the game, the files that you downloaded, they come in a zip drive. You'll right click, extract all. It'll ask you where you want to put it. Just use the default. It should put it in the same folder right here, and boom, it's right. It'll be right there. It'll extract all the folder. In this case, the roster file has 2 folders in it. So you just grab the the farthest one down, which is this one. You don't want 2 folders. You only want one. Extract. Put them right in there. There they are. A through K. Do not use the bin file in the game. Same with the alt mod. Right click, extract. I'll put them right in here. You'll put them right in here. This is a default. As you can see, there's quite a few. It's right here. A through H. This is important for later on. Back to the jump drive. This is the rosters we were talking about. We've got the 5.1 files over here, which is user directory here. So what we do is right click, copy. And when we come over to the jump drive, right click, paste. And you'll have to wait, give it time to paste all your files over to the jump drive, because it takes a bit, because as you can see, the alt file about 4 gigs. The user directory here is about 9 gigs. The roster file, that one's pretty simple. That one's not very big, so that won't take nearly as long to move over. So once you have all that on your jump drive, Close your jump drive out. Right click on it, click eject. And it'll tell you you can move your jump drive. You can remove your jump drive from your PC. Now we're going to switch over to the PS3. All right, here we go. We're on the PS3 now. Make sure you have HEN enabled. I do that. I have that already. I've got HEN enabled already. So you will see your package manager. I have Webman installed, but I also have MultiMan installed as well. So we need to go to MultiMan. Start MultiMan. Oh, one thing before we do this is for your USB drive, you may have to check, see which port works best for you. For me, it's the leftmost port. For some others, it's the rightmost port for whichever the PS3 will read it in. So we got to start MultiMan. There it comes. And this takes us to desktop here, where all your games are located. You should have already installed or copied the College Hoops 2K8 game disc to your PS3 hard drive. And so you should have this in the games list. If you don't, you're going to need it because this will not work for you. Go all the way over to the right or all the way over to the left, go to File Manager, double click on that, move your arrow, right stick to the PS3 root. That gives you the window that first comes up. Find your USB, which is the USB 001. As you see, here's all the folders that you have created. Go back up to the PS3 root again. Open it up again, double click on it with the X button. Move this up around a little bit here because we're gonna be bouncing back and forth between these three. So here's what we do. Over here on this window right here, we gotta go to Dev HDD0. Down to Games. Notice this is the same format as what we have on the USB. Double click into that, and your install game from your disk should be in this format. So we gotta go to College Hoops 2K8. I go to the PS3 _ game folder, and there's your USB or US user directory. Can't talk at the moment. So what we need to do is back that up into our backup folder here on the USB. So you can go up here, click on it, use the circle button. You can use the D-pad, click copy, or in this case, actually you can click cut because we will basically want to delete it off. We want to delete this folder off the PS3. So I can click on cut, copies it to the clipboard, come back to the USB, hit circle again, and click on paste. It'll give you, do you want to move this folder from the hard drive to the USB? And you click on yes. And now you wait for it to move the 9.17 gigabytes of data from the hard drive to the USB. As you can see, this is going to take about 17 minutes, so we'll be back after a bit here, and we will continue this as soon as it's done. All right, we are back. We're done copying the user directory from the USB right here over to the PS3 game directory folder. You can see they're all there along with the eboot file. That is all you need to do with the PS3 now for the game files. Back to the USB here. We have to copy the user directory from the alt mod right here. Oh yeah, look, we're missing a file, the e-boot. Let's go back to the B51 file. Click on, oops. All right, click on it there, highlight it, copy. Go back to the mod file here, the alt mod file. Click in the folder and paste. E-boot to e-boot from 5.1 to alt mod. Small file, so it doesn't take very long. There we go. Back out one folder, copy. Go into the games folder right here. Oops folder, PS3 game, circle button, paste, click on yes. This may not take nearly as long, but then again it could. It may not, but it shouldn't, because you're within the USB directory. I guess you could have copied this beforehand, but if you hadn't, this is the way you do it. Could have made the directory beforehand, like this, and no, you couldn't have, because you needed the game files. So we'll be back when this is done. All right, now that we've got the user directory copied over to the Hoops game, we've got the user directory in the PS3 games folder. There we are. We can go ahead and close out of these. Come down here to the games icon, double click on that. You will, whoops. You will not, oh, there it is. College Hoops 2K8 USB right there. This is where you want to start the game from. You don't want to click from the HDD. You want to click from USB, because that's where you want to start the game from for the alt mod, so you don't have invisible players. So click on that. It will take us back to the XMB homepage for the PS3. Take just a bit here as it exits MultiMan. There is our College Hoops 2K8 right there. Now, for those of you that were just fresh installs of the game, you will want to run the game first before you add any mod files to it. Otherwise, it just doesn't work properly when you don't do it that way. Go in here, let the game boot up. There it is. Start button. You can change the autosave in the settings. I've got already game files saved, so mine's loading some more extra stuff. And you should see this screen when it pops up. And another way to go in and look at things is you can go over here. Roster, there we go. Finally found it. Mine has names in there, but yours may not. It may have just player names, the numbers. So mine already has it in there. I know this is the latest version that I have. But to get the roster file into the game, up here, well, this isn't getting the roster file, but you can go into quick game and run the game and make sure it's playing right to the what you need to go. We're going to quit the game so we can get the roster file in there. And since your roster file is already on the USB, you just slide up here to Save Data Utility, find the USB device, and look for Hoops 2K8 RUT 6 2526 version 1 roster file. Click the triangle button and click copy. And it will copy it to, you click yes to copy it to the PS3 destination. And I already do that. I already have it on there, so I'm not going to do it right now. So if you go back to, you go down to the save data, 2K8. Oops, 2K8 roster is right there. So that's how you get it in the save data file folder. Go back to the icon, College Hoops 2K8. Splash page comes up from the creators. Click on Start. Click OK. When you go to the roster, and this roster is still blank names, and you can go back in, go load, yes, and go find your roster file, 2526. Click enter. Ask if you want to load it up. I'm not going to do that right now because I already have mine in there. Click yes, and it will load your folder, your file in there. Load the roster. Then you go back to around the NCAA. Click it, and you should have your named roster file in there. Let's go to quick games. I guess to take you right into the game, but you should see teams come in.
Get ready for College Hoops 2K8. The Arizona State Sun Devils.
If you have any issues with any of the files or the game itself, then something did not load right. There you go, there's the rosters. Quit. And there you go. And you can use these named rosters for your legacies as well, either the closed or open legacy. And one other thing to remember is if you've already got the original mod files on the game, all you have to do is skip down to the part where you start to add the alt mod files to the USB and how to get it on there as well. And I will I will reference that in the description below, and you can skip to this timestamp for that. That should be all you need to do, and that is all we have for this. I'm going to quit the game here one more time. And if you want to clean up the USB file, the folder on the the folders on the USB drive, you can pull the USB out of PS3, plug it back into your computer, and here is your USB drive. The only thing you'll need to keep on there is the games folder, and that should be all you need to keep on there. You can take your backup folder here and save it to your PC in a location where you have it, so you can find it. The alt mod, so basically you can take all those off of there. I'm going to delete them off of mine in this case. I don't need them anymore. Those don't need to be on the drive on the USB drive anymore. All you need is the games folder, so I'm going to delete them. Or since we've already got the version v5.1 and the alt files already on the PC, I don't need them on the USB, so I'll delete them off. If you download directly to the USB, then you'll want to probably save them on your computer someplace where you can have them for later in case you need to, in case something gets corrupted or malfunctions during the game. Also keep the backup as well. And then the PS3 here, we got the roster as well. But for this case, I'm going to delete them. As you can see, there's 18 megs in there between those 4 folders. So then all you got left is the games folder on your USB, and then you keep that to run the game from MultiMan. And that's all you need. So again, thanks a lot. If you have any questions, let me know. I will try to help out the best I can. Leave them in the comments, and I will put timestamps on here so it's easy to follow. And we'll get to it from there. And we'll see you later.